Hi, this is Jamie with Boone River Sawyers. Today we're going to take a little break from sawing and we're going to do a little bit of beer brewing. So I've got Jacob here with me, who's our brewmaster, and I got to turn quite a bit to show you Matthew over here, who's out there messing around with the saw right now, getting ready to build our next project, which we'll talk about. So we're just getting set up here. I'm going to put the camera down, and most of this we'll kind of fast forward through the brew process. Our goal today is to make an amber ale. So the first thing we need is about 7.5 gallons of water. Oh, I guess the brewmaster says 7 gallons. So we'll do 7 gallons of water into the big kettle. So there it is. We're empty. We'll go ahead and fill it up. I feel like I turned it on very good. Seven gallons is where we're shooting for. We've got some marks on the side of the big kettle here. We're sitting on top of a nice burner here, a propane burner. We are not ready to fire that up. We have yet to we've yet to grind the grain. Our grain build today is pretty simple. We're going to use this 40L crystal malt. We'll end up using a pound of that. I don't know how well you can see that. And then we'll use 8 pounds of this Breeze malted barley. So we've got that all pulled aside. I've got the crystal measured out into the bucket here, and then the barley up here in the big bucket. We will use this grinder. We'll just dump it in the grinder and then out into a bag that we'll dunk in boiling water, and we'll show you all that. All right, well, we'll see if we can get Jacob here to light up the burner for us. The brewmaster's away, the ice will play. Our grain dulcet down in there, and I'll just hook up a drill to this and we'll just grind it straight into that bag. And get in there nice and tight. Oh yeah, good. That's our bag of ground grain. We'll wrap that bag up and then we'll dump it into the big pot of not yet boiling water. Well, the bag is cold, or reads cold. Yeah. Turns out some materials read poorly. The bag's saying 158. The foam is reading 140. I would say lid off. We'll actually let it cool down. And really, from this point forward, it's not super exciting. We're going to go for about an hour, try to keep it around 150 to 155 degrees, and then we'll actually take the bag out. After an hour, we'll add some hops, and we'll really bring it up to another boil. And those are the basic steps. All right, we're been letting it cool off a bit here. The temperature, about 151, 152 there. We're just going to put the top on. It's kind of hard to really narrow in. That's 153. We're going to drop the top on there, and we're running about 20 minutes here. We've got another 40 minutes, and we will we'll go to the next phase, which is we'll end up taking the it's not called the wort. What's that called? The mash. We'll end up pulling the mash out of there, and then we'll bring it up to a boil. At some point, we'll put in some hops. We'll actually put in hops at 2 points, and then we'll chill it off. All right, we're at an hour, so it's time to take the bag out. Transfer this bucket. All right. What's next, Brewmaster?
Boil.
We're going to bring up to how hot? A rolling boil? Or
Rolling boil.
All right, I got it.
Boy, does that smell good.
Yeah, it smells delicious.
Have you guys been chomping on some grains?
No, I'm about to go get a beer though, because this is a little bit overwhelming.
It smells so good.
One of the critical elements of beer making is the hops, and there's 2 points at which you put the hops in, and we put one in right away. And then, so we'll put in, what, half an ounce, Jake? Mm-hmm. We'll put a half ounce in pretty much right as soon as we get to boil. And then if you want it to that'll give you a lot of bitter. And then at the end, we'll get a lot of flavor. And if you really smell this hops, one of these hop pellets, they are it's just pelletized. But you smell that thing, it is a lot of aroma. And it smells pretty delicious if you like beer. If you don't like a beer, it's not so good. But yeah, that's the hops, and we'll add that here in a minute. Okay. New stopwatch, 3 seconds.
I'm going to add hops at 20 minutes from the end.
Well, we're just about at 55 minutes on a 60-minute boil. You can see that we're just closing in on 55 minutes. The way we need to cool the wort, which is the liquid we're looking at there, we need to cool that fairly quickly. And so what we'll do, we'll take this wort chiller, which has, it's very simple, has a hose end connection. We'll hook it up to a garden hose. It'll run cold water through the coil, and then it'll transfer quite a lot of that wort's heat, and just exit, and we'll dump that out onto the pavement, and it'll cool that pretty quickly. We're trying to get down to about 75, 80 degrees. Although that seems like quite a task today, given it's 95 and humid, and we're boiling beer in my garage, so we're all pretty warm. So Jake's just going to pick that guy up. I've got that on there pretty good. He'll pick that guy up and drop it in there. He needs to sit in there for 5 minutes and get a nice, we want that nice and sterilized. That water's plenty hot, so it'll sterilize. All right, we're going to grab the wort, bring it over, hook it up to the hose, and chill. Mush, husky. Water coming out of there is 150 degrees. Ooh, look at the amber. I'm going to pick you up. Sorry about that, but you need to see that color sitting in there. That is our beer. That is a gorgeous color. All right, so we're almost done here for the day. The wort has been cooled down to about 85 degrees. We're going to take it inside and let it cool inside. All right, well now we've moved the, the wort
Wort.
We moved the wort into the fermentation vessel with some yeast, and now we have to aerate it. So I wasn't necessarily going to tape this, but this is too funny. Go ahead and show them what you were doing. There's probably an easier way to do this. We got to do this for 5 minutes.
Oh, it's done.
And it's just too good to watch. One more location change. The reason I'm chuckling is because this is take 2 and I actually fell over an object while I was doing take 1. But take 2 here is, we finally moved the fermentation vessel down here to the basement. And it's going to sit down here in the nice cool air. And this is our airlock at the top, which is, will just allow the gases to bubble through here without allowing anything back in. So everything inside the jug is sanitary and ready to go. So 10 days to 2 weeks, and we'll be ready to move this off to a keg where we'll carbonate, and then after we've carbonated, we'll add to bottles and drink and enjoy. So we'll do a follow-up video of that. So this is Jamie and Jacob with Boone River Sawyers signing off. All right, one more location change, and we're here for a week to 10 days, could be a little longer. We've put the fermentation vessel up on the counter, and it's nice and cool down here in my basement. The airlock at the top here. It's okay, I did not die.